Today we're going to go ahead and find the distance between two ordered pairs. In order to do so, we're just going to go ahead and follow something called the distance formula. The distance formula states that it is d is equal to the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. In today's example, we're going to go ahead and find the distance between a, 4, 1, and b, negative 2, 0. We're going to go ahead and follow three easy steps. The first step says to determine what is x1 and y1 and x2 and y2. Well, we do know every ordered pair has an x and y, so we'll go ahead and call our first ordered pair A, x1 and y1. We'll call our second ordered pair B, x2, y2. After we've determined what is our x1 and y1 and our x2 and y2, we can now substitute the information into the distance formula. I always like to rewrite the formula. So now we go ahead and just copy that down. D is equal to the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. Now we substitute our information. I'm going to keep that long square root. I open up my parentheses and I go ahead and look for what x2 is. We can see that x2 is negative 2. We'll keep the minus sign. We'll find x1. And x1 happens to be 4. We'll close up the parentheses, put in the squared and the plus sign, and we'll open the other set of parentheses. y2 happens to be 0, minus y1, which happens to be 1. We'll close up that parentheses, and we'll keep that squared. Once we substitute our information into the formula, we can now solve the problem. So according to order of operations, I got to do my parentheses first. So we have negative 2 minus 4. Negative 2 minus 4 will give us negative 6. We'll keep the squared, the plus sign, and now we have 0 minus 1. 0 minus 1 will give us negative 1. We'll keep the squared, and don't forget the square root. Now I'm going to go ahead and do my exponents. Negative 6 squared means negative 6 times negative 6, which is positive 36. And negative 1 squared means negative 1 times negative 1, and that'll give us positive 1. And once again, don't forget the square root. Now our mathematical instinct tells us to just go ahead and add the two numbers, so 36 plus 1 will give us 37. I could leave my answer in root form, or we could go ahead and use our calculator and just go ahead and figure out what is the square root of 37. So I'll take out my calculator, I'll go ahead and find the square root of 37, and I find it's going to be 6.082763. Typically, when we go ahead and find a distance, we'll go ahead and round it to the nearest tenth. In this case, it's going to turn out to be 6.1. So the distance between points A and B on a coordinate plane is going to be 6.1.